Good evening. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Linda Larson. Today, Idaho Governor Brad Little signed into law a controversial abortion bill modeled after a Texas law that bans abortions after around 6 weeks, a time frame that health experts say is before many women even know they're pregnant. By allowing family members to sue a doctor that performs the abortion in the case of rape or incest, the suspect could not sue, but their family members could. Now, in signing the bill, Governor Little said he supports the pro-life policy in the legislation, but has concerns about using the threat of lawsuits from family members to enforce the law, saying such enforcement would likely be found unconstitutional and unwise. He also raised concerns about the unintended consequences the law will have on victims of sexual assault. You can read Governor Little's full letter about signing the bill on localnews8.com. And in other legislative news, lawmakers are working through bills with the goal of ending the session this Friday. One of them is now on its way to Governor Little's desk. It is in response to last year's disappearance of Michael Vaughn, a child from Fruitland, where an Amber Alert was never issued. Idaho State Police say that at the time his case did not meet the requirements for one. As Tristan Lewis explains, the bill is meant to fix that by creating an endangered persons alert.
Nearly 8 months after 5-year-old Michael Vaughn disappeared from his home in Fruitland, his parents, Brandy Neal and Tyler Vaughn, still question why an Amber Alert was never issued.
It could have brought more awareness. It would have alerted the state of Idaho.
Gotten his face out to everyone faster.
Back in July, Idaho State Police said Michael did not fit the criteria to be issued an Amber Alert, even with his parents saying Fruitland police were pushing to get one.
Law enforcement, especially doing an investigation and have been thoroughly searching, should have that to their discretion.
Now, a bill heading to the governor's desk hopes to create the Endangered Missing Person Alert, which will notify people in Idaho and surrounding states of similar situations to Michael.
I was shocked to find out that the Amber Alert system is specifically restricted to children who there is a known abduction and there is a vehicle description.
Senator Abby Lee of Fruitland, the co-sponsor of the bill, says Michael's disappearance shook the entire community. She says an alert like this could have helped Michael's case.
We are one of the only states in the Northwest that doesn't have a statewide system. So that means that in Michael's case, we couldn't talk immediately to Oregon. We couldn't share information across borders. And so this now coordinates with all of our neighboring states too, which is so important.
For Neal and Vaughn, hearing the news of this bill gets them emotional.
I was in tears because it gives hope.
And hope is something their family has not lost as they continue to seek answers to where Michael could be.
Someone knows something.
He's out there somewhere.
If you know where Michael is, please know that Michael is loved and missed beyond everything.
Now here's a look at some of the other bills that are on their way to the governor's desk. A bill to fund optional full-day kindergarten, a bill to increase the circuit breaker tax, which reduces the property tax burden for elderly, widowed, or disabled homeowners, and a bill to increase the grocery tax credit by $20, with the first payments going out on 2024.